Hi, John Czapko, Thrive Insurance Group. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to talk to our technology innovators about cyber insurance and cyber liability policies and why they're important to your business and how this can protect your organization going forward. So cyber liability policies come kind of coupled together with your tech E&O stack, or they come standalone. Either way, you need to make sure you have this protection in place for your organization and make sure that you have the proper coverages in place to go from where you are today to where you're going within your organization. And these dynamic coverages are really important from a going concern perspective. You know, the average cost from a breach perspective is somewhere in the neighborhood of $345,000 on up. A study that I did some research on from Net Diligence shows that the average breach for a small business is somewhere in the neighborhood of $345,000 plus. So starting with legal costs of about $98,000, crisis management costs of about $111,000, and then incident response costs of about $145,000. You know, we get to this $345,000 number, and for a few $1,000s for a cyber liability policy, we can protect your organization. So it's a wise investment to make, whether we do it standalone or whether we do it bundled with your tech E&O. Either way, we need to make sure that you're covered reputationally and legally. We also need to make sure that we're covered reputationally. We've seen what happens from a large scale this year with some of the larger incidents that have happened in the organizational world. And we've seen what happens and how these companies have to manage through that. Imagine what happens on a smaller scale within our organizations if we have a reputational damage within our systems. We have to be able to manage through those processes, and having a cyber policy will help do that. Legally, this will also help manage through some of those legal challenges that we have as well. So if we have to deal with CCPA or we have to deal with HIPAA or PII data, we have to have those backstops in place. So our cyber liability policy helps us with those pieces as well. So what's included within our cyber liability policy? First party coverage is included. Data breach, notifying our customers is included. Notifying our legal issues if we have regulatory compliance issues. Going through that whole stack from a first party coverage is included. Third party coverage is also included. So if we have a network liability issue downstream where our breach has caused network problems downstream outside of our company, we are covered for that as well. Business interruption coverage is also covered. So if we have to be out of business for some period of time and we can't operate because we're breached, maybe we have a ransomware attack, which is our next topic. We have cyber extortion coverage, but if we are out of business for some period of time, we will be able to function and have recovery monies come in from the insurance. Cyber extortion is also covered. This is a key piece. Ransomware still is number one. It's almost 30%, according to the Net Diligence study that I did some research on. It's almost 30% of attacks still ransomware. So it's still up there from an attack vector perspective. And then the last piece it covers is media liability. So libel, slander, different things, whether we're online or whether we're producing our software or whether our software is, in a questionable thing. This goes hand in hand with your tech E&O. So IP rights come into play here, and this blends with our E&O coverage. So this goes hand in hand with E&O. So make sure that you have a good E&O coverage that blends with your media liability coverage. So, that in a very high level is what covers within your cyber liability policy. Making sure that you have the proper protocols in place from your business is really critical as well. Making sure that you're doing the proper security assessments and audits within your environment. We have a really cool tool that we partnered with a couple of large security insurers, standalone insurers, Coalition and FA, to provide a free assessment, a unique assessment to companies. It's on our website. You can go and download that assessment. It's a really cool tool. Making sure that you do proper audits within your environment. Making sure that you bubble up that information to your customers, I think, is really important. Making sure that you present yourself as a security champion within your customer base is really important. Making sure that you are providing those audit findings positively to your customers and showing that you're championing these causes within your environment is key. Bubbling these up to your employees is also important. Making sure that your employees are trained and aware is critical on security. They're our first line. And then doing the basic blocking and patch management, multi-factor authentication, things that we should be doing that we know as technology companies are going to basically cover our baseline from a security perspective. We need to make sure we're doing. Sometimes the cobbler's kids don't have the best shoes, right? And we need to make sure that we're doing that from a technology standpoint. So I hope this opens your eyes a little bit from a cyber perspective, making sure that we have the proper protocols in place from our business. Make sure you're working with your insurance broker of choice from a local perspective. If we could be a resource, we'd love to be able to do that. Reach out to us via Facebook, via email, via YouTube. Thrive today, protect tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day.